If you think you're having a fuel pump problem because your car is acting up and you want to learn how to test every component involved in making the pump work step by step, stay until the end. In this video, I'll show you how to check the fuse, the relay terminals, the power supply, the ground, and the fuel pump connector. A faulty fuel pump can cause symptoms similar to those caused by other sensors and can make you waste a lot of money replacing parts that are still working properly. But with a voltmeter and a test light, you can find the real cause of the problem. When a fuel pump begins to fail, the engine may take too long to start and immediately shut off, hesitate or jerk, lose power during acceleration, or stall while driving. In other cases, the engine may crank but not start. The vehicle may also run fine when cold and begin to fail once the fuel pump gets hot. However, these symptoms do not automatically mean that the fuel pump is bad. The problem could also be in the fuse, relay, wiring, a ground connection, or the control circuit that activates the relay. That is why we need to test the circuit in the correct order. The first thing we will check is the fuel pump fuse. Locate it using the fuse box cover or the vehicle's wiring diagram. Simply looking at the fuse is not enough because it may appear to be good even though it is internally open. Set the voltmeter to DC volts. Connect the black lead to the negative battery terminal or a good chassis ground and use the red lead to test the two small test points on top of the fuse. With the circuit activated, both sides should show approximately battery voltage, normally between 12.4 and 12.7 volts with the engine off. If you have voltage on one side but not the other, the fuse is open and must be replaced. If there is no voltage on either side, we will need to check the power supply going to the fuse. Never install a fuse with a higher amperage rating. If the new fuse blows again, there is a short circuit that must be located before continuing. If the fuse is good, we will check the relay. A conventional 4-terminal relay usually uses terminals 30, 87, 85, and 86, but you should always confirm this using the diagram printed on the relay or the vehicle's wiring diagram. Terminal 30 normally receives direct battery power. When testing it with the black voltmeter lead connected to ground, it should show approximately 12 volts. Terminal 87 is the output that sends power to the fuel pump when the relay is activated. Terminals 85 and 86 are connected to the relay's coil. Usually one receives positive voltage while the other receives ground or a control signal from the computer. The configuration can vary between vehicles, so never guess. With the ignition in the on position, one of the relay coil terminals may show approximately 12 volts. To test a computer-controlled ground, connect the red voltmeter lead to the positive battery terminal and the black lead to the control terminal. When the computer commands the fuel pump on, the voltmeter should display a value close to battery voltage. Keep in mind that on many vehicles, the computer only activates the fuel pump for 2 or 3 seconds when the ignition is turned to the on position. After that, it shuts the pump off if the engine does not begin cranking. Because of this, you may need another person to turn the key while you watch the voltmeter. During cranking, the signal should remain active if the circuit has proper power and control. If you still have doubts about the relay, you can temporarily swap it with another relay in the vehicle that has exactly the same part number, terminal configuration, and electrical rating. Turn the ignition off before swapping the relays. Do not use another relay simply because it's the same size. Afterward, turn the ignition back on. If the fuel pump begins working with the replacement relay, the original relay is defective. If the fuel pump still does not activate, we will need to test the fuel pump connector directly. On many vehicles, the thicker wires are used for fuel pump power and ground, while the thinner wires are for the fuel level sending unit. However, this must be confirmed using the wiring diagram. Disconnect the fuel pump connector. Connect the test light clip to a good chassis ground and touch the probe to the terminal that the wiring diagram identifies as the fuel pump power supply. Have the other person turn the ignition to the on position. The test light should illuminate during the initial fuel pump prime. You can also crank the engine to keep power supplied to the circuit. If you do not have the wiring diagram and there are two thicker wires, you can test them one at a time using this procedure to determine which one receives power. The test light should illuminate brightly. If it lights very dimly, there may be excessive resistance, corrosion, or a voltage drop somewhere in the wiring. Now we will test the ground. Connect the test light clip to the positive battery terminal and touch the probe to the fuel pump ground terminal at the connector. If the ground circuit is in good condition, the test light should illuminate brightly. If it does not light or lights dimly, inspect the wire, terminals, and the point where the ground connects to the vehicle. If proper power and ground are reaching the fuel pump, the connector is not burned or loose, and the pump does not make any noise or operate, the fuel pump is defective and must be replaced. If the fuel pump does operate, but the engine still has low power or takes too long to start, the next step is to measure fuel pressure and compare it with the manufacturer's specification. If this information helped you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because we'll continue doing step-by-step automotive diagnostics. Share this video with someone who is struggling with a fuel pump problem and let me know in the comments what symptoms their vehicle has and what results they got from each test.